These are not what you typically see. We don't have our salt set that we have at home. Here we have Colby's Star Wars Lego collection, which is all over the basement. You can't see, but there's a lot here. So, but yes, we're in Omaha, Nebraska, doing visiting Colby and Autumn and little Athena, and here we are in the basement because it's nighttime outside, and so
yes,
here we are.
It's nighttime outside, and Athena likes to make noise when we're upstairs.
These are not the droids you are looking for.
Okay.
Apparently, Miranda, not a Star Wars aficionado, but that's
no,
fine.
I'm not.
So yeah, we had fun time. Last Friday, came up here and had some exciting times on the way up. We just got the one tire fixed because it had a nail in it, and so it was going on like, the car was saying, "Oh, tire pressure low, tire pressure low," and I kept filling up. Seemed like it was a slow leak. Eventually, I took it in. It's, oh yeah, there's a nail. So they took the nail out and fixed it. Not halfway or 2/3 of the way up. Now another tire came. Oh, tire pressure low. So great. How we got another nail in another tire. Although I think it was just going from Texas 70-degree weather to 41-degree weather here in Nebraska. And I checked it today, and
It's fine.
it's fine.
Oh, well, good.
So, and we got here. It was like nightfall while we were still driving, and so it was dark, and there was this semi on the side of the road, and I swear we're coming along, and he's just sitting there, and he goes from a dead standstill to just pulling off onto the highway.
Like pretty much right in front of us.
Yeah, right in front of us. I mean, for about a second and a half, I thought we're going to hit him because I didn't think we were going to be able to stop in time.
It was much like when that tractor turned in front of us.
Turned in front, I was like, where do I go? And
because other people were coming along.
yeah, we were in the right lane, and people were coming in the left lane, and
Yeah.
there was nowhere to go. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh my goodness, but yeah. So it was an exciting time, but we got here.
Yes, and we saw no accidents, actually.
No, didn't see any accidents.
Yeah, because it seems like when we were traveling over the summer,
Oh, there's accidents everywhere.
everywhere. It's crazy.
Yeah, everywhere. There's 5 accidents here, and yeah, all the time getting backed up. But yeah, we didn't run into any accidents here. No, that was good. Not a whole lot of bad road construction. I mean, there was construction, but it didn't stop you up really.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely went from, as we watched the thermometer, 70 something, down, till it was like 41 when we finally got here.
It was cold. Freezing.
Yeah, pretty cold.
Frigid.
So, anyway, nice today, but gonna get colder here in Nebraska as it usually does during the winter.
Yes, and Brett forgot a coat.
Yes.
He forgot a vest. And he's here in his sweatshirt.
Yeah, forgot my
And that's
vest, and so we'll be going shopping tomorrow. Brett will own yet another vest. Yeah. But
Because he doesn't need another one.
No, but gonna have to have one to survive this week. So, anyway, yeah. So we're here in Omaha for the week.
Yes. And it will be fun because Colby's taking off the whole week.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for joining us.
And Athena's taking off the whole week from daycare.
Daycare, yes. Well,
Yeah.
Athena's there. How old is Athena?
She's about 18 months.
About 18 months now. So she's walking around, and it's kind of fun. So we'll be here and watching her for a little bit and doing some fun stuff. Anyway, so what are we talking about?
We're talking about the will of God
All right.
versus our will.
So the illustration for today is yet another one from driving on the road.
Yes.
And it's fun. I kid around a lot with Aspen. I try to. And once we were driving down the road, and what did I do?
I thought you were speeding or something.
Was I speeding?
I think you were speeding, yeah.
Maybe I was speeding, and
Maybe.
she said something like, "Oh, speeding, you're caught." And I said, "Well, it's not illegal unless you get caught." And I, just kidding. I'm trying to illustrate Aspen all the things you're not supposed to do, so she learns what you're not supposed to do. So, see, that's my gift to her as a parent, is here's the things you shouldn't do, like this. That way she gets an illustration.
Yeah, well, we're talking about free will. Like if he was serious,
Yeah.
I mean, that's breaking the law is,
Yes.
you know.
Actually, so we were watching an episode of Bluey, which is Athena's favorite show.
Favorite. Like,
And one of them made me think of it because it was one of the, little dogs was driving in the back seat with, the father dog, and he went through not went through a red light, but it was like yellow, and then he sped up and went through, and it was like, Daddy, why did you go through the orange light and speed up? That means slow down and stop. And he was like, well, because it was a special circumstance. And she said, oh, are you special? Yes, I'm special. And then to them, it was the little kid, oh, am I special? Yes, you're very special. So then she went the whole episode thinking she didn't have to obey any rules because she was special like Daddy. And in the end, he had to say, oh, that's not what I meant. But anyway.
Yeah, I have to admit, I like to think I'm special on occasion. And going through the yellow light, I'm definitely special.
Special, yeah.
Yes. Yes. But Brett shouldn't be special
No,
that way.
no, not like that.
Okay, so Revelation 3:10. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come into him and will dine with him and he with me. So then Galatians 2:20, Paul says, I have been crucified with Christ, and I no longer live, but Christ lives in me. But those two texts kind of went together. And then John 6:38 adds to that, for I have come down from heaven not to do my own will, but the will of him who sent me. And so when we invite Jesus into our heart, and the Jesus who came not to do his own will, but the will of the Father, and he's living there in our hearts, he's there to teach us to do the will of the Father and not our own will. And that's basically what Paul said. I've been crucified with Christ, and I no longer live, but Christ lives in me.
Okay.
Yes.
Is that it?
It could be.
No.
Shall we make it it?
No, I thought we
Okay.
were doing the talents.
We are. The parable of the talents is found in Matthew.
Oh,
25.
I thought we were going straight to the talents, but all right. So the parable of the talents. Are we telling the talent?
Yes, ish. Sure.
Oh, okay.
If you want to.
Oh, well, it's the parable of the talents in Matthew, and the master comes and he gives the three different servants different amounts of talents, and one goes off and do you have it?
Yes, the man who received only one talent buried it, but there was two other servants. One got 5 talents and one got 2 talents, according to their ability.
Right. And like one invested it, and one the other.
Yeah, the two of them that received the 5 and 2 talents, it says they immediately went and invested, and the one who had 5 doubled it to 10. The one who had 2 doubled it to
4.
4, and then of course a guy who buried it under the tree had 1. Yes.
Yeah. So apparently they didn't invest in today's stock market, but
Yeah.
I'm sure it was better in their day.
So when the master gets back from his journey, the 2 servants who have invested their talents and doubled them, the master says, well done, good and faithful servant. I'm going to put you in charge of many things. And yet the servant who buried his talent, he dug it up and he gave it back to the master and he said, you know what? I knew you to be a hard man, reaping where you did not sow and gathering where you scattered no seed. And I was afraid, and I went away and hid your talent in the ground. See, you have what is yours. And used to be, I'd read that and I was like, I don't know. But really, that's not how it was at all. But you could see where he thought, yeah, the master gave him the talent, and then he was supposed to go out there and trade it and make more money, and yet it was all going to be the master's anyways. And so you could see where he had misconstrued it to mean that. And yet in reality, everything was already the master's. When we think about God giving us talents, everything was already the master's anyways. Therefore, what gets produced from that is also the master's. So then the master had the guy thrown into outer darkness where there would be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And so now we may not consider the free will that God gives us as a talent, but the talent in the parable was simply a gift that the master gave to his servants and to be used by him. And so the free will that God gives to us is a gift to be used for him to produce the good fruit. We have free will to choose to do the will of God, or to do what we feel like doing. And when we do the will of God, it produces what the fruit that He wants to be produced in our lives.
So anyway, the thing I always like to say about the talents is, all three of the servants got talents, and all three of the servants had opportunity to use those talents. And no matter who you are, what your circumstance in life is, you have something that God created you with, and that is yours to use. And it is up to us how to use it. But when we use it for probably the way God intends us to use those things, which is to make the world a better place, help people around us, when we use our gifts and our talents to do that, I mean, that's where we really found the most joy in life. And I think partially that's what those guys were finding when they, invested. They were working their talents to improve things, that the return is, so much more than we expect it to be. Yeah. But when you use those and you don't use them, and you just bury them, you hold on to them like the one guy did, nothing comes of it. And those talents end up kind of withering and dying when we don't use them for the way that God meant for us to.
We have a choice to help create more good. In the world, or more not good in the world.
And I think that's the happiest, most joyful, really cool feeling we get in life. That's the best place we are, when we're using those, and we're helping others and helping people and helping the world. It's like, just makes us feel really good as well, which I think is the purpose behind the talents God gives us. And nobody can take those away. Only you or I can choose not to use them.
That's true.
All right, so that's from Colby and Autumn's basement in Omaha. That is Salt. Hope you had a good Sabbath, and we'll be here possibly next Sabbath too. Not sure yet. Depends on the weather.
Depends on the weather.
If it snows, we're going to have to go back home early. If not,